Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Thank God it's Friday, TGIF, and here we are once again. We're all gathered around the breakfast table, the water cooler, or wherever you may be hanging out. It's the Coffee Hour, and we're going to be here for a whole full hour. We thank you so much for being along with us. And right through the hour, we're going to have a lot of fun with conversation, and we'll have our little coffee, donuts, bagels, or whatever turns you on to get you started, to get you revved up for your day. The weekend is on its way, so we look forward to that. And we've got a lot of things to talk about. We hope that you stay with us. And for that hour, we want to get you involved in the conversation too. That's right. We talk to each other because we're live. We're coming directly from New York City. That's where we originate. And anywhere around the world, I don't care where you are. We're right there. We're global all around the world. And we look forward to talking to each and every one of you. Now, you may be at work right now, right? And those of you who are at work, if you're in the same time zone I am, and it's 10 o'clock here in New York City, you may be on your coffee break, okay? And if you are on your coffee break, most coffee breaks are allotted 15, 20 minutes, something like that, you know, in the corporate world. If they still, if they didn't cut them out, if they don't, for lack of a better term, dismantle them. But if you do have a coffee break, we want you to stay right there at your desk. Take the coffee break there, enjoy your coffee, and watch the show at the same time. Okay. And when that coffee break is over, whatever it's allotted to you, 10, 15 minutes, and when it's all over, you're still at your desk and you can go back to work and multitask and watch the show at the same time. Okay. We would like you to do that. Those of you who are at the water cooler, get away from there. Stop talking about what happened last night. Get to the computer and watch the show. That's what we're looking forward to. As I said, we want everybody involved in the show. And those of you who have been around with us for all of these years, we thank you so much for being with us, putting up with us. I couldn't thank you enough, and I'll continue to thank you as long as you're here. And for the new people who may possibly be new, all right? And we hope that there are a lot of people that are new to the program. We want to let you know, fill you in on what we do and how we get started. Now, as the host of the show, I am at the period where we rev up things by prepping. This is the prep time of the show. And while I'm prepping to get things going, you can take time out and use your keyboard on your computer, your cell phone, and your tablet, or whatever device that you use. Type it in, whatever you want to talk about. I will see you right there on that big screen. And of course, I will acknowledge you, and because that's what the show is all about. We exchange opinions and ideas. It's free. And I know that you have your opinions and ideas, and we like to talk about it. No hold bars, as long as it's clean. We just want a clean show, but you can speak your mind here. That's how we do it around here. And if there's anything in particular that you might want to elaborate on and talk about, and if it's of interest to me and the people who are with us in the room, we'll talk about it. And that's right, because other people that come in, you can talk to them as well as talk to me, and you can talk to each other, get acquainted, become friends. That's what the show is all about. We're one big happy family, all right? And at least we try to keep it that way. Okay, so with that being said, in conjunction with interacting with all of you guys, we do our normal routine around here. We do, because in a few minutes from now, within this particular half hour, well, this time around, it's halfway down the line of the hour. Brian Camp is going to be along with us with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. He's usually somewhere around 20-ish past the hour. He's going to be a little late coming in, so we're going to wait to the bottom of the hour, and maybe he'll come in. And he'll come in, and then he'll give us the latest developments in today's world of sports. So in the meantime, we're going to just relish the fact that you're here with us, and we're going to conversate with each other and have a good time, okay? And so with that, we'll wait around for sports. There's a lot of things to be talking about in sports. Baseball season is up. We've got March Madness. Some of the games were on last night. I had a chance to watch a little bit of some of the games that were on TV when I got home after doing last night's show. And there are a lot more to talk about. He's going to let us know, when all of the games are coming on, and with the spring training practically over for some people, the regular season has started, except for the Dodgers. They don't start their thing. They're coming out of Japan. They'll be doing their thing in Japan. And I think on the 28th of March is that when they'll start their season. But of course, Brian will correct me if I'm incorrect. All right. So we got that coming up. Also, what we have coming up before the show is over, being that the weekend is coming up. And on the weekend, a lot of things will be happening. You're going to make things happening. And whatever you do on the weekends, you might want to include catching up on some movies, which is where I come in. Because at that particular time, I am going to give you what I have. I have a line of movies that I think are worth watching directly from Turner Classic Movies. Some of the old movies that you like. And I have my picks of the week for your weekend. And I'll be giving you that. That'll be coming up pretty soon. And a lot of other things are happening up. So there you go. We have all of that. And we're being involved in that. And by the way, we're coming on 3 different platforms. Just in case you're just watching us for the first time, we're on 3 different platforms. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So wherever you may be, that's where we are. Okay? And you could watch us. And when Brian Camp comes on to do the sports, you'll get a chance to see him on screen, except for the fact that you won't see him on Instagram because we're not set up that way. But if you're watching us on Facebook and YouTube, you'll get a chance to see him right there on the screen. And if you have any questions for him, sports related, please, you can be able to ask questions, and he'll be able to answer the questions. Okay. So all of that is coming up, and we look forward to it. And by the way, if you're watching us on Facebook, if you're new and you're watching us on Facebook, take the time right now, even you guys who've been around with us a long time, take the time right now to tag some of your friends. You could tag this show to some of your friends. Maybe not all, because a lot of you have so many friends, you can't tag them all, but just a few handpicked, and if you have so many friends that you can't tag them all today, do it little by little each week, until we get a lot, because if they like what they see and they like what they hear, they'll come back again and again. When they see that tag coming from you, of course, what they're going to do is click onto that tag, and it brings them directly to where we are right now. All right. In this case, Facebook. Okay, so please do that. Get a chance to do that. For those of you who are watching us on YouTube, I always encourage you to go to our YouTube channel. If you're there right now, take the time right now. It doesn't take but a second, a split second. Quicker than that. It's just a matter of dragging your mouse over to where that sign says subscription or subscribe, right? It's in the black border and white lettering, and you just click right onto it, and you're in. And just before you ask the question, is there any money involved in this? No, there's not. Put your money back in your pocket. Don't worry about that. We're not asking for anything. The only thing that we're asking for is share all the information that I'm telling you to your family, friends, and relatives as well. So, and the reason why we want you to come on to our YouTube channel and subscribe to it is because we want to find out how many people are out there actually watching us and people who are actually members with us. And the second reason is that it gives you the opportunity to know, now that you had clicked on, when we come on live. All right. For instance, next week's show, you come back and you forget about the show, but you happen to be online. You get an instant notification. All right. That's the benefit. The instant notification will pop up, and then all you have to do is click onto that instant notification. It takes you right to the YouTube channel, and you won't have to miss a thing on the show. So please do that. And even if you're just a faithful watcher on Facebook or Instagram, wherever you're watching, and that's good. That's okay too. But what I want you to do is, just like the rest of us, the people who are watching us on YouTube, please get acquainted with my YouTube channel as well. All right, get acquainted with that. because we want you to have all of the options. You never know what's going to go on. You never know. Maybe it's a technical problem that may happen on Facebook, which is our flagship. That's our go-to channel. Primary, I could say the better word is primary outlet. And in case something happened to that, we could always go to YouTube and watch it there. But so get acquainted with it. Even if you never watch us on YouTube and you stick with Facebook or Instagram, just get acquainted with us. We really would appreciate that. Okay. So click on subscribe and everything will be fine. Now, those of you who are watching us on Instagram, there's nothing that you have to do in particularly. All you have to do is just keep telling your family and friends, keep the word percolating as they go along, and let them know that we're out here for them and for you as well. And that's about it. That's all I could say. Okay. Remember, all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, the Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinion of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any other social media outlet or broadcast outlet. Okay. So that being said, let's do what we normally do. Let's raise our cups. It's nice and hot, piping hot. I hope yours is. What would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. Stick with me. Oh, that's delicious. That's delicious. Nothing like that first jolt of the day. Okay, good morning to Warren out there from Greensboro, North Carolina out there. He's got 62. He's on the ball today. You know, he's got 62 degrees. It's 43 degrees and clear, going up to 62 degrees out there. So everything looks good. And that just reminds me, if you guys are going to indulge in conversation along with us, give us your weather forecast and let us know what it's like where you are in your neck of the woods, because what we like to do is compare notes. Like I like to compare my weather with your weather, because just because you're watching us from someplace else, that doesn't mean that you have sunny skies. Maybe you have weather conditions that are not so good. Whatever it is, just share it with us anyway so we can kind of compare notes. For those of you who are watching and living in the New York area and somewhere in the vicinity of New York, you don't have to worry about that. You have dodged a bullet, because I'm going to take care of all of that when time comes. So that's weather and all of that. Okay. So we got all of that coming along, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you so much for being with us. Thank you, Warren, for that weather forecast. I hope everything is nice and sunny out there. Yeah, you got clear, like you say, it's clear at the moment, 43 degrees. But temperatures go up quickly, rapidly, 62 degrees. That's saying a lot, because the weather now is the temperatures are kind of escalating. And yesterday was the first day of spring, right? Did you know that? Were you up on that? Did you check your calendar? Yesterday was the first day of spring. And so that's music to my ears, because after spring, what else? Summer, the beach, cotton candy on the boardwalk of Coney Island. All of that. Everything is coming up roses. And so that's good. So now the weather is starting to escalate. It's depending on where you are, it could be seesaw kind of a thing. Some places are still having snow dumped on them. But listen, you get around to it. Now, you guys on the other side of the world, you're going to get your winter. When we get our summer, our nice weather, you're going to get your winter. Okay. And so that's the way the world turns. See, when the world turns, nothing else moves. It's just everybody thinks, oh, the sun is rising. The sun is rising. It's not that the sun is rising. It's just that the earth is moving to where the sun is. And then it only looks like it's rising from east to west. Anyway, speaking of sun, right now here in New York City, we got sun outside right now. It looks good. And I'm looking forward. To the sunny skies, but we'll tell you more about the weather anyway. But again, those of you who are someplace else around the world, please give us your weather forecast. Good morning, Mary from Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York. John Erickson Junior High School, 126 Greenpoint. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. I want to send that out to one of my classmates from way back when. Haven't seen her in years. Mary knows Marsha Lewis. You gotta, Mary, maybe you can get Marsha to tune in on the show. Maybe she'll get a kick out of something. I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for being along with us for this Friday. And it's TGIF. Thank God for that. And it's March. And along with March comes March Madness, which you already know, which, of course, Brian will be talking about. He'll be coming along pretty soon. We'll be talking about that. March Madness. Those are all of the games. And maybe a lot of you've seen that. Now, March Madness, you know, they're broadcasting their games on CBS, TBS, CBS and TBS, TNT, and I think I can't remember the other one just offhand. Brian will tell us about it. Also, there's an app that you can download on your TV called a March Madness, and you can get to see the games there. So you have a lot of options to watch those games. And so March is almost over. All right, we're already here, the 21st of March. It's your birthday. Is it your birthday? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. Anyway, we're celebrating in this month of March, Irish American Heritage Month. Now, we already had St. Patrick's Day that happened early this week. As a matter of fact, Monday, the 17th of this month, it happened already. And here in New York, it's the big parade. Now, New York is the mecca of parades. And a lot of people travel from all over the country to see these historical parades that come down or go up Fifth Avenue. I don't know which way. Oh, no, it comes down Fifth Avenue. All the parades always come downtown. So it comes down Fifth Avenue and sometimes Broadway, depending, you know, what parade it is. But I think in this case, it was Fifth Avenue for the parade, because I didn't go there to see it live. As normally, the only time I would go see a parade, if someone I know that's coming into town and they say, oh, you know, I'm coming visiting, can you take me to the St. Patrick's Day parade? Then I'll weigh it out. You know, being a little hospitality doesn't hurt. All right, then I weigh it out. I'll go to these parades. But I'm not really one to go on parades, but I just like you to know about it. This way you could have the opportunity to check them out. So anyway, if you have any kind of information or any kind of festivities that are going on other than what we have, the Irish Day Parade, St. Patrick's Day Parade, you'd like to talk about that, you can come in and talk about that as well, or I'll put it out there and then I'll scream it out to people who are out here in your community. We'll talk about it. A lot of festivities go on. So that's the Irish American Heritage Month. Also, it's National Women's History Month. Yes, history is being made each day and each year, each month with the women. And that's something that I can guarantee you that's not going to be dismantled. Women are tough. They're not going to let it happen. You know, you're not throwing that out of the window. And there's a lot of things that people like to throw out the window, but it's not going to happen. But anyway, we're celebrating that all month long. And if you know of any women, and it doesn't have to be women of notoriety, it could be women who are not so known, but have done big things. Do you know that people who have a smaller status can be a bigger a contributor to this country and to this nation, you know? So we don't always rely on people who we know very well that's done things. We always scream them out. We always give them the praise of what they do, and rightfully so. But there are people just like you, smaller people, people of notoriety, people don't talk too much. They do big things. And so if you know anyone in your community or somewhere, let us know. Let us know. And of course, we'll scream it out here. You know, it's Red Cross Month too. It just says Red Cross. But why don't we say National Red Cross Month? And that's something that we acknowledge each year at this time. And because a lot of people have been donating to places like that, donating financially, volunteering for Red Cross Month. And as I said, these things don't have to be something that you, I don't know, don't have to talk about just this particular month. It can be talked about all year long, all year long. People make contributions to these things, right? So there you go. So we are acknowledging Red Cross Month, National Red Cross Month. Also, speaking of Red Cross, that falls in line with things that could be healthy. All right. And so with that being said, we're also acknowledging National Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month, along with Endometriosis Awareness Month and Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. All falls in line. And if you fall under the umbrella of one of those, you can be a hero by letting people know about it, because you're a person of experience and you can tell the story. Now, each of us have issues, and if you live long enough, you will have issues, and you can get by those issues. You know, nothing has to be a death sentence anymore. You work on things. People change their lifestyles to stay healthier, change their diets, and get plenty of rest, eat the right foods, and all of that. All right. So we acknowledge all of that. Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month, Endometriosis Awareness Month, and Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. And speaking of healthy, do you know that it's National California Strawberry Day? You can't make this up. If you have, I just don't know the difference. I just love strawberries. Now, I'm not sure the difference between California strawberry or New York strawberries. It's just like people have their own little thing each week. They say, wow, there's nothing like New York pizza. And the people from Chicago say, no, we have the best pizza. In Philadelphia, they have the cheesesteak. And you can buy it here in New York. But they say it's the best cheesesteak that you can buy. Anyway, it's National California Strawberry Day. And I don't have any on hand. I wish I did. I don't care if they're from strawberries from London or New York or from strawberry fields in Central Park. I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, that's what we got going. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. If you're just joining us, you're just popping in, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And it's you and I against the world. We're going to be here all for the whole hour. And not too long ago, sports will be coming up. Mary informed me that it's Colon Cancer Awareness Month. All right. I didn't know that. I didn't get that information, but I'm going to take your word for that. All right. I like the way you do that. You inform me of something that I didn't know. And I really appreciate that. It's Colon Cancer Awareness Month, along with everything I said. So all of that is under the umbrella. And if you know anything that's going on, you could do just like what Mary did. Just tell us about it. All right. And that's the good thing of having a show like this, that everybody can chime in directly, on time, in real time, so we do all of that. So all this month, what else do we have? Of course, we're honoring our women. Of course, we're doing that. Women have done fantastic things and continue to do fantastic things. And so there you go. The only college to win we're talking sports now, but Brian will talk about this as far as Warren's concerned. He said the only college to win the NIT and the NCAA tournament of the same year was CCNY, my alma mater. I attended that school, CCNY. Okay. Thanks a lot, Warren, for that information. Pass that on to Brian. So many things are happening. It's endless conversations when it comes to sports and the things that we talk about. All right. Endless. Okay. Again, thank you so much for being along with us. And as I said before, if you're going to join us in conversation, and if you live someplace like in another city somewhere, we really appreciate that. We want you to give us your weather forecast. Let us know how it's going weather-wise where you are, because we want to compare those notes. But if you live in the vicinity of New York City, somewhere in that area, you don't have to worry about that. I am going to be taking care of all of that for you. Okay? I'm going to do that for you. And let's see. I think I have that weather forecast right now. At least I had it somewhere in here. Um, it must have faded out for some reason. Technically, things happen, but I'm going to get it back for you. The weather forecast for today. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to get that weather forecast back for you right now. Let me have to go to a couple of things right now to make sure I get it back. Let me see. Let me start here. Everything is right here, and you're going to have to excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is right here. And let's see. Where do we have it? Weather. There we go, weather. Okay, so let's see what we got. Okay, so it popped back up. We got it. We retrieve it. It's a lucky thing. If it drops out, we retrieve it, and everything is copacetic right now. Okay, so right now, what we have in New York City, we have 39 degrees. That's what we're starting with right now. That's what we have right now. It's 39 degrees, and it looks pretty good out there. So far, it looks pretty good out there. So our weather forecast for today is what we have as we speak. It's going to be partly cloudy skies today. We'll have a high around 53 degrees. Winds will be northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Winds could occasionally gust to 40 miles per hour. So we're not through with the winds yet. It won't make it cold, maybe a little nippy in the air, only because it's 53 degrees right now, coming up to 53 degrees later on in the day. For tonight, it's a few passing clouds. We'll have a low 39 degrees. Winds will be west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. They say clouds, but no rain or snow in the forecast as we see it right now. I don't think it's going to be like that for the weekend at all. We don't have to worry about wet weather. Saturday, your favorite day of the weekend, right? You can sleep all day. You can do whatever you want to do, because all you get is the weekend. Okay, so this is what we have for Saturday, New Yorkers. We have mostly cloudy skies, slight chance of afternoon shower. Okay, it's a slight chance of afternoon shower. And we'll have a high around 60 degrees. Winds will be southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For Saturday night, some clouds early will give way to generally clear conditions overnight. So that's good. We'll have a low 33 degrees. Winds will be northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And as we drift off to Sunday, that's the day of rest. Unless, of course, if you're going to church or something like that. But you put away the toil and strife for that day, right? Saturday is a Sabbath day and Sunday is a Sabbath day. But for Sunday, except for a few afternoon clouds, it's going to be mainly sunny. And the high will be about 50 degrees. And winds will be west-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And repeating that current temperature, we have 39 degrees outside. And right now, sunshine is all over the place. It's all over the place. Okay, so that's what we have in New York City. Now, for the rest of you guys, give us your weather forecast. Let us know what you got. Okay. Let us know what you have, and we really would appreciate that. Okay? Give us your weather forecast. Okay, we're just a few minutes away from Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update, and he's going to bring us that. We're going to be waiting around for that, and he'll have all of that information coming along for us, and that we hope that you stick around for that, and so many other things that are coming along with us. Okay, co-hosting the show with me today, I have, I want you to meet Mortimer. This is Mortimer. Mortimer, yeah, look at him. Mortimer. He's going to be my co-host for the day, at least this part of the show up until sports time. Mortimer is the baby troll. Mortimer has been with me for so many years. Right, Mortimer? Yeah, you're right. And I'm glad to be here. It's a great pleasure to meet all of you guys. And I see a lot of people out there like Mary and Warren and Brian is gonna do sports. Yeah, you got it all. So I can take off next week, and you don't have to be here, right? Yeah, take. Okay. Mortimer, go back a little bit. We'll talk to you a little later, all right? And we'll have to write you out a contract. We'll have to write you out a contract. Okay. Here we are once again. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And guys, excuse me once again while I shoot up. Mm. Oh boy, that's delicious. Okay. Um, we're waiting for Brian to come along. He should be here in just a few seconds. As a matter of fact, I think he's here right now. So why don't we just do this? Why don't we just take a break here and go over to Brian with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. He says he has a limited amount of time. He's going to give us at least 10 minutes. So Brian, it's all yours without any babbling from me.
Hello to everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Hello to everybody around the world, whether it's in the morning, the afternoon, or evening, the globe, nationally, locally, wherever you are. I greet you good morning from the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, US of A. Yes. As you know, March Madness is upon us right now. And let me tell you, after yesterday's games and last night games, it was great. It was great. I hope you all tuned in. I really, really hope that you all tune in. This is exciting. Not only is it exciting, but is the upsets, the potential upsets. The Cinderella stories, this Cinderella teams, the unexpected. Always expect the unexpected. That's the best way to phrase it. Always expect the unexpected. And when I say that, it's going to just have your jaw drop down all the way to the ground, to the floor. So there are games that's coming on in approximately 90 minutes. The first game at 12 noon, and it's going to go all the way up until midnight. Is four different regions. The top seeds are the men's are what? You got Auburn, Duke, Houston, and Florida. These are the top seeds that's in the tournament. 68 teams. Let's not forget the women. The top seeds are UCLA, South Carolina, USC, and Texas. So both men and women. The women is going to start sometime this weekend. Sometime I don't have the exact schedule in front of me, but the men and women are upon us, and let's get ready to rumble. Now, in the meantime, in the NFL draft starts April 24th to the 26th on ESPN around 8 o'clock. Is be held in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So check your local listings for some of your teams that you may be interested in drafting. Major League Baseball, that's another sport. It starts already. Baseball has already started. I will say this. Listen, it started in Japan. And let me tell you, the Dodgers are off to a flying start. The reigning defending champions, who I do not like this team because I'm a San Francisco Giant fan, but they beat the Cubs twice in Japan. So now the rest of the 26 teams will start March 27th. Originally, all the teams were supposed to start, but the last two games will start the following day to allow more time to prepare for George M. Steinbrenner Fielding Field. That's in Tampa, Florida. That's the facility of the spring training home of the New York Yankees. But they will be served as home team for the Tampa Bay Rays home park for the year 2025 due to damage that the tropical field sustained during Hurricane Milton of last October. Also, we're going to also go back to the NCAA. We had Dick Vitale. He's retiring. He had a battle with cancer. This is his fourth battle with cancer in 3 years. What a trooper. He's a fighter and he's still fighting, but he's calling it quits. Last week was his last game, and he's been with ESPN since it launched back in 1979. Also, prayers continue for comedian actor Tracy Morgan, who sat at courtside at Madison Square Garden for the Knicks and Heat game, but was interrupted midway through the third quarter when he started to vomit. Later was discovered that he had food poisoning. So we hope that he feels better. He had a scary situation some years ago with a truck that crashed into him, almost took his life. So our prayers for him as well. This day in sports, March 21st, 1953, NBA record 106 fouls and 12 players fouled out between Boston and Syracuse. 1955, Brooklyn Bulletin asked the Dodger fans not to call the team the Bums. The Brooklyn Dodgers nickname was called the Bums, yes, but they was asked for them not to be called that. 1961, Art Modell purchases the Cleveland Browns for $3,925,000. That was in 1961. In 1962, Philadelphia Phillies retired pitcher Robin Roberts, number 36. We also got 1973. The San Diego Padres fired Alvin Dark, second manager to be fired at spring training. Now, why would somebody want to fire somebody during spring training? I have no idea. What could he have done wrong in spring training? Just trying to get the players back on track to start a new season. But sadly to say, he was fired. 1978. 1985, Arthur Ashe is nominated for the International Tennis Hall of Fame. In 2019, Ichiro Suzuki finished his career with 4,367 hits. That's combined with international and Major League Baseball. Birthdays today. 1937, Tom Flores, NFL quarterback and coach for the Raiders, was born in Fresno, California. 1939, Tommy Davis, Major League baseball player for the LA Dodgers in 1963, World Series champion, was born in, yes, Brooklyn, New York. Yes, Brooklyn, New York. You know who else was born too in Brooklyn? I'm glad you asked. 1963, Sean Dunston, infielder for the San Francisco Giants, was born in Brooklyn, New York. In 1985, Adrian Peterson, NFL running back for the Vikings, was born in Palestine, Texas. And 1992, Shanae Ukamite, WNBA guard and the first African-American woman to host an ESPN radio show, was born in Tomball, Texas. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of breath, but that's sports.
And I was born in Brooklyn, Williamsburg. Well, I
That's
was
right.
all over. I was
That
all
was
over. I mean, I lived all over Brooklyn. I lived in Williamsburg, born in Bedford-Stuyvesant, in that tenement house on Fulton Street, across the street from the park, Coney Island Hospital, Brighton Beach, Carroll Gardens. Let's see, what else? Flatbush. I was all over the place. I lived all over Brooklyn.
a
But
lot of
Brooklyn
people.
it's a place that I am proud of. It's expensive as hell though. Did you know that? I don't know. You moved out of Brooklyn a long time ago.
It is expensive. Yes, it is. It is
Yeah,
very expensive. Yeah, it is.
you know.
So, yep.
So I wonder what the price of eggs over in Brooklyn. I know in Manhattan it's like $10 over here.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, for sure. Yes. Yep. But
Yeah.
yeah, so we're all set with the sports, and I can't see who's online. Hope everybody's doing well.
Okay,
Um,
I got Mary out there from Brooklyn. I got Warren
oh,
from North Carolina. He's out there.
very good. Good to hear or see them, Mary and Warren. Hope all is well. But sorry that I had to come in late and get off kind of early as well too. I'm a person with many hats that I wear, and I hope all is well and you all have a nice and safe weekend. But after this show, 11 o'clock, you got 1 hour to prepare yourself for March Madness Day 2. Get prepared. All right. So, make
Okay,
sure.
I'm gonna be there. I was watching some of the games last night, but I'll be there.
And it
Okay,
was exciting too. That's right. Yes.
yes, it was. Okay, Brian. I know you got a split, and we'll catch you back here next week.
Take care, everybody. Enjoy.
All right, that's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen. The latest developments in today's world of sports. As you already know, he didn't come on his regular time. He's a busy man. He's just doing it, just going at it. Anyway, we thank him for that and March Madness and all of that. And he's got more sports coming up later on. Well, next week, as I said, coming back on our show, Talk Back Live, which we'll talk about later on before we go off the air. And of course, always here on the Coffee Hour. And we thank you so much for being on the Coffee Hour, enjoying with us. Mary, she's enjoying her green smoothie while she's talking to us. So, like I said, it doesn't always have to be coffee. It could be a smoothie. It could be whatever you want it to be. It could be that. Thank you so much for being along with us. And of course, again, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. So, excuse me while I shoot up. Okay. We're going to move right along with the show. We've got just a few minutes. Tell your friends about us. Kind of share what's left of the show with your friends and let them know that we're out here and we're all ready and ready to go. And we're waiting for them. We're just twiddling our thumbs right now. I'm waiting. Give it a little more time. Okay, you back? Okay. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Emily DeQuan, the actress best known for her role in the movie Rosetta, has died. DeQuan's longtime agent, Danielle Gain, informed the news agency AFP that the actress has died at a hospital on the outskirts of Paris, France on Sunday. Her tragic death comes less than 2 years after she revealed her rare glandular cancer. That's the adrenal gland cancer, diagnosed in October 2023. She was 43 years old. Conan O'Brien, first Oscar hosting gigs has evolved into his second. The comedian will return as the 2026 Oscar host. The comedian will be back as MC of the 98th Academy Awards live from the Dolby Theater in Hollywood. Academy CEO Bill Kramer and Academy President Janet Yang announced Monday. They also revealed that the 2026 Oscars will air on Sunday, March 15th, 2026 at 7 p.m. on ABC. Lady Gaga's Mayhem has made its mark as #1 album in the United States this week. Her seventh studio album, Mayhem, earns Gaga the biggest opening week for an album by a woman this year, with 219,000 units earned preliminary. And Mayhem also granted Gaga the biggest streaming debut yet, launching to the summit with 108 million streams. Dua Lipa is bringing a radical optimism on the stage with a worldwide tour kicking off in March with more than 40 dates spanning multiple continents. She's kicking off her tour in Malmö in Austria that's Melbourne, Austria. That's March 20th, before making stops in major cities including Sydney, Auckland, Madrid, Hamburg, Paris, Amsterdam, also London, Dublin, Toronto, Chicago, New York, Miami, Los Angeles, and many, many more. I'm out of breath with that. Dolly Parton is paying tribute to her late husband, Carl D, for the first time in person after his death earlier this month. The country legend, who kept her love story with Dean private during her 57-year marriage, mourned the loss of Dean at the 40th anniversary sneak peek of her Pigeon Forge, Tennessee amusement park, Dollywood. The music icon thanked fans for their support in the days since Dean's death. Birthdays today: actress Rosie O'Donnell, comedian and actress Rosie O'Donnell is 63 today. Actor Matthew Broderick is 63. The late Eddie Money, singer Eddie Money, would have been 76 years old today. Rose Stone of Sly and the Family Stone is 80 years old today. Soul singer, the late Solomon Burke, would have been 85 years old. Actor, the late Al Freeman Jr., would have been 91. And the late actor James Coco would have been 95 years old today. So happy birthday to all of them who are alive and well with us today. And even the ones who are no longer with them, we still remember you and we still salute you. And happy birthday wherever you are. Okay. If you're celebrating a birthday and it's coming up anytime soon, we would like to know about that. Yes, we would. And you can do it yourself anyway. But if you'd like us to acknowledge your birthday or anything like that, please be proactive and let us know. I have two sources how you can get in touch with me. I have an email address and a telephone number. Now, I'm going to give you the email address first. Okay, the email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. That's short for, well, that's not short, but that's some important detail because if you spell it any other way, you won't get in touch with me. Frank Allan Prod, Allan, Prod, Prod, that's short for productions. Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Don't you say a word. AOL, that is so 1980s. Don't you say a word. I still know a lot of people that still has AOL. Anyway, it's AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Now, my telephone number is the telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Now, you can contact us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. We're open that long in the middle of the night, in the broad daylight or whatever. It's always open. You can email us, and when you email us, you can let us know about your birthday or any other activity that's going on other than your birthday. Maybe you want to even comment about the show. Maybe you want to make comments or suggestions and ideas. We really are open to that, and you can do that. And if you want to give us a call and leave us a message as well, you can do that. All right. However you want to do it. That's why I gave you those two options. All right. And we would love to hear from you, even if you just wanted to say hello. We would love to hear from you. You're not wasting my time. I would love to hear and your feedback and all of that. We welcome all of that. All right. And so let me give you that email address once again. The email address is frankallanprod at AOL.com. That's frankallanprod at AOL.com. The telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134.
This is the Voice of America, Washington, D.C., signing on.
You are tuned to the Voice of America in Washington.
Time for jazz. Willis Conover in Washington, D.C. with the Voice of America Jazz Hour.
And a good morning to you. This is the Voice of America Breakfast Show. My name is Albert Johnson, and I'm your host on this Saturday morning. Every day, we're here with this informal program of popular musical entertainment, feature reports on people, places, and events, and a bit of casual conversation.
If you do not know the time for the programs in special English in your area, please write to us for a copy of the VOA program schedule. Our address is The Breakfast Show, Voice of America, Washington, D.C., USA.
Good morning once again. I'm Pat Gates, and you're listening to the Voice of America Breakfast Show.
The news summary from the Voice of America. This is the Voice of America, Washington, D.C., signing off.
March 31st is going to be the end. It's going to be the sign-off of Voice of America. Now, the Voice of America is a radio outlet that's been broadcasting for over 80 years throughout the world. And so many different languages, there was something for everyone to enjoy. And back in the days, Voice of America today, you could find it on the internet, where as opposed to back in the early days, when I discovered the Voice of America, which during the time when I was in high school. I was there listening to it on shortwave. Now, back in those days, we had radios that had bands. And what I mean by bands, AM, FM, those are the bands, right? And you could buy radios that had multiple bands, like AM, FM, shortwave, shortwave 1, shortwave 2, shortwave 3, long wave 1, long wave 2, long wave 3, and so forth and so on. You can reach programs all over the world. And I had this radio that was way out to there that I sat on the dresser in my room. And this is when I was a kid in high school. And it had a great sound to it. And I had AM, FM, shortwave. Now, at night, I would tune in on shortwave because shortwave, the reception was better at night. It came in and out, but the reception came in, as opposed to during the daytime, you got it very, very faint. So I would listen to shortwave radio because I was always into radio anyway, and I used to love to hear different programs. And I ran into the Voice of America. And nightly, they had this one program called the Voice of America Breakfast Show, which I listened to regularly, religiously. And I learned a lot. As a broadcaster, I learned a lot from that station, even though I had my favorite personality, Allan was my favorite disc jockey, who, in his own little way, guided me to radio. But I always patted myself also from the Voice of America. They had great announcers, and I heard that the engineers there were like superb, the best engineers. And I used to listen to their program, and the breakfast show had all kinds of things. They played music, casual conversations, and all kinds of things they had on the show. And I used to listen to it religiously. So, as I said, March 31st is going to be all over for the Voice of America. Now, where the Voice of America is going to go, I don't know. Maybe it's going to be all music. That thought was kicked around. Maybe it's going to be propaganda. Like we already know that China and Russia are getting a kick out of this. So maybe they will take it over and have their propaganda radio on, the Voice of America. I'm not sure why anyone in their right mind would want to demolish anything like that. That's been around for over 80 years. And people in the military, when they were away, they got the information from there, such as Radio Free Europe and all of those things. But on the 31st, that's going to be gone. And I'm going to look closely into it to find out. I always loved the Voice of America. They had a facility here in New York, and I think they still do. Now the Voice of America is government funded. So obviously they want to take that away because they want to save that government money. They want to take all the government money. Where is that government money going? As if I didn't know. But I'm too kind to even elaborate on it right now. And of course, we talk about that they're taking away a lot of other things. People are worried about other things that'll be taken away from them, like Social Security. They're talking about their Social Security. People are on needles and pins about that. They're wondering whether or not this next coming month, are they going to see their check coming in the mail? Will their check come in the mail? And then, as the other things that we're talking about, they want to demolish all kinds of government funding programs. And people are depending on this. People who have children, mothers, working fathers, they have children, and they have to go to work. So they have to leave their children daycare. They want to demolish all of that. And food stamps for people who depend on that, people who are less fortunate, who depend on that. They want to take that away. So, again, I bring this up time and time again because you have to keep on top of it. And you see all across the countries these town hall meetings, particularly in red states, are out of control now. People are booing their people because Donald Trump is more important than their constituents as far as they're concerned. So they're out there booing, and these are people in red states. These are Republicans in red states who voted for Donald Trump more. And now they decided, this is too much. I didn't sign up for this. I only signed up because I thought maybe I wouldn't have to pay the high prices of eggs or other groceries. He ran on making sure that groceries are going to be lower for all of us, and it's not. And now they're feeling it. And we're feeling a lot of things. And I am going to miss Voice of America's programming that I've listened to for years and years, but I keep the memories up here. Time will tell. Time will tell. And I hope, again, as I say each week, I hope you're happy. Have you not noticed that when you go on social media, those people that says, oh, my president, he's doing a great job. You don't even hear that anymore. Instead of they posting all of those things, they're posting something different to get away from the subject. Anyway, we keep talking about it, and we keep reminding you, and we keep penetrating. And by the way, social media, you're not going to stop this thing. You're not going to stop programs like this program and other programs that call you out, Facebook, Meta, and you want to deal with us in your own little way. Now, so far, my platform is okay. I told you last week that they sent me a note saying that my platform, the one that you're watching me on now, Facebook platform, will be deleted. They didn't give me the final notice yet. So when that comes around, I'll keep you informed of all of that. But in the meantime, I always say get acquainted with my Facebook page. Not my Facebook page, my YouTube channel. Get acquainted with that. Because if push comes to shove, if anything happens, I always have another point to go to. Right? And I want you there with me. So stay in touch. And I will keep you informed of everything that goes on. But in the meantime, the fight is on. All Americans are in it together. It's not just me. It's not just you. All of us are feeling this pinch. And now I want to get to something that's a little more important than all of the things that I talk about each week like that. I want to talk about the movies. Now, the weekend is coming up, and we're looking forward to that. And each week I go on Turner Classic Movies. And of course, I make sure that I collect the movies that I think is well worth watching for the weekend. If you desire that you want to watch or catch up on some old movies, well, that's when I come in. So I have 3 movies this weekend that I want to elaborate on for you. First of all, we're going to go back to 1959. This is a great movie. It's a black and white. It's a comedy. It's great with Marilyn Monroe, Tony Curtis, and Jack Lemmon. It's called Some Like It Hot. And that's on Turner Classic Movies. That's Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern. You can check that out. And then you have another black and white movie. This is an Alfred Hitchcock movie from 1957 starring Henry Fonda, Vera Miles, and Anthony Quayle. It's called The Wrong Man. It sends chills up and down your spine. You're going to like it. I love it. It's a classic movie. It's a black and white. And another black and white movie the same year, 1957, On the Waterfront with Marlon Brando. And it also stars Carl Malden and Lee J. Cobb. And this is on Turner Classic Movies, and that's Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Now, if you don't get a chance to watch these movies in real time, you can always DVR them and watch them on your own time convenient. And I'm also going to send you to Turner Classic Movies where you can scroll up and down the program guide and catch movies that maybe I didn't mention, or you can see something that, yes, I think I want to see that. And you can add that to your list as well. Also, there's a lot of great things on demand, like you have those free movies on demand from A to Z. There are a lot of them. You have a lot of pay-per-view movies that are in the theaters now, movies that were once in the theater that are still there. And then you have great documentaries, children programs. All of the networks are there. You can find out what's happening on the networks. Sporting events. If you missed your favorite sporting event, it's all right there. So let me tell you about these movies one more time. Some Like It Hot, Marilyn Monroe, Tony Curtis, Jack Lemmon, Turner Classic Movie, Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern. The Wrong Man with Henry Fonda, Vera Miles, Anthony Quayle. That's Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 12:15 Eastern. And On the Waterfront with Marlon Brando, Carl Malden, and Lee J. Cobb. That's Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. I hope you get a chance to check them out and leave me a note on my desk on Monday to let me know how you like these movies. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for being out there. And I want you guys to come back next week on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be along with me for the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. I look forward to seeing you then too. And then meet me back here next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more of the Coffee Hour. And Brian Camp will be here as well. Okay? So keep that in mind. I want you guys to have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. Mary, Warren, Brian, all of you who have been watching, thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
You've been watching the Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Coffee Hour.